What's up, guys? Nate again. And I just got done playing the global Testfire for Splatoon, which is Nintendo's new third-person shooter game. And it's a hell of a lot of fun, man. The demo they had was kind of weird. You could only play... Well, they had 3 hours set up, like, at very specific times. There was one last night that I played a little bit of. I'll get into that later. And they had one this morning at, like, 7 a.m. Or maybe it was 4. I don't remember. It was early as fuck. And then another one about 3 o'clock Eastern. I got to play the last night for a little bit, and then the one at 3 o'clock, and I wasn't really excited. I was excited for the game because it's a new Nintendo IP, but I was kind of going into it a little more hesitantly because I'm not really a shooter fan. But they got me, man. This game has got me hooked already. Even just based on this short little demo they made. It's a hell of a lot of fun. I don't typically like shooters because I don't like listening to little kids call me a faggot and just talk shit. It's not fun to me. Maybe it would have been when I was in high school, but I don't know. I'm over that now. I tend to play single-player games more. And I might play this one single-player too, but really this multiplayer has got me just hooked straight up. The mode in the demo was called Turf War, where each team was a specific color, and you had 4 people on each team. And the objective was to basically cover as much ground in your color ink as you could. And you could overwrite the other team's ink with your own ink. And lots of little mechanics in there related to the ink. You have to fill up your gun by submerging your squid down into the ink to like fill your gun. And it was so much fun. I've never played anything quite like it. Most shooter games just involve you killing people all the time, and with this game you don't have to kill anybody if you don't want to. You should, because it benefits your team, but if you want to just kind of hide out in the back and paint shit in like behind the scenes, you can do that. There was plenty of games where I didn't have any kills, but I would be like the highest up on the ranking because I'd covered the most ground. But there was other games where I had a lot of kills, so but it's not all about the killing in this game, which is really cool. Not that I'm like anti-violence. I love like Mortal Kombat, and I'm not a pussy. I like games with some violent content, but I'm not really into guns per se. I don't know. They've never appealed to me. Like games with guns, especially more modern games. Things like Contra and stuff back then was fine. I don't know. It's side-scrolling gun games. I guess are a little different for me, but most third-person and first-person games that use guns, I've just never really been into. But Nintendo's got this weird way of adding their own charm to things, and that's how they get me. But yeah, the demo was, like I said, Turf War. You had 4 guns you could choose from. One was the Splatter Shot, which was basically just a regular gun that you could cover pretty good ground with and had pretty decent power. There's a Splatter Shot Junior that I didn't use very much. I think I only used it once, so I don't remember exactly how it differed. It may have shot a little bit faster, but not as powerful. And then there was the Splat Charger, which was more of a sniper rifle, I suppose. You could charge it up it took a little while to charge, unfortunately. And you could only shoot it a couple of times, but it covered a lot of ground like out in front of it. And it was really powerful if you could get a direct hit on somebody. But my favorite, and I think most people's favorite from what I've read online, is the Splat Roller, which is basically just this big-ass paint roller. And you could take it over your head and fling paint that way, or you could roll paint on the ground, and you cover massive amounts of ground with the Splat Roller. Each weapon also has a sub-weapon. Mostly they're like grenades. There might have been a couple other ones I don't recall. Like I said, we had a very short amount of time to play. And then once you laid down enough ink, you would fill up a meter to do like this big super weapon, which was different depending on which gun you had as well. So it was really awesome. It's really chaotic, really fast-paced. I think the matches were about 2 to 3 minutes each. You respawn really fast. It's really fun. You get in and out of matches really quickly, so you could pick up and play once or twice and put it down, and that's fine. I don't know. I miss having a game like that around. I've been really deep into too many like JRPGs and stuff like that, to where like I have to sit down for an hour or so at a time to get any progress made. But with this, I can just pick up, play for 5, 10, 15 minutes, put it down. Or if I want to play for a couple hours and just give it a marathon session, you can do that too. But it's super awesome. If you haven't checked it out, go watch a video of it or something. Unfortunately, the demo is over. Today was the last day. Like I said, they only did 3 events, which was kind of weird. I don't know why they chose to do it that way. Maybe a server stress test or something like that. But if I could, I'd be playing that game all night. Because last night I got to play for a little bit, and as soon as I got connected to the server, my daughter started crying because she was hungry, and it took me a minute to get connected to the server anyway. There was a lot of people trying to connect, and so once I finally was in, I got to play maybe 1 match before I had to feed her, and then I got maybe 1 or 2 more matches in after that. So I didn't get a whole lot of time in last night, but today I got an entire hour, and I had a blast. Way more excited for this game now than I was before, and the full game has just so much more content than the demo. There's a full-fledged single-player mode, other multiplayer modes too. I'm not really sure how they're rolling that out yet. They kind of talked about that in a direct earlier this week. But yeah, like I said, if you haven't checked it out, definitely do. It is maybe even a reason to own a Wii U if you don't own one yet. This game could push some people over the edge because it's really that much fun. And the hype that I've seen on Twitter has been really, really good. It's got a lot of positive feedback so far from even people that I wouldn't necessarily think would be into that kind of thing. So I guess Nintendo did something right for once. So we'll see how it works out on launch day. But the demo went really smoothly, and it's a lot of fun, like I said. So I keep saying that, but it really is. So anyway, guys, check out Splatoon. Buy it when it comes out. It's worth it. Just fucking check it out. Yeah, so I'll talk to you guys later. Take it easy.